As you ponder the words which I'm about to utter, I must implore you to pay very meticulous attention. The body of reality is the ocean of life. And this is a possibility which I've been pondering for quite a while now. And it's become apparent to me that I've always felt the ocean. Perhaps I was resisting it due to the fact that I could not intellectually understand it, only to realize that it's actually incomprehensible. The point is in the experience of it and not making sense out of it. In fact, most profound experiences often don't make sense to the feeble mind of man. And quite frankly, they don't have to. It's our mental clinging, it's our mental grasping that tarnishes the fundamental richness of experience. Because a life unbounded by mind is the most beautiful thing one cannot even begin to imagine. It's our limited thoughts that tend to get in the way of a full and joyful existence. I mean, thoughts create patterns. Patterns manifest behaviors. Behaviors establish belief systems. And belief systems often cripple and limit our capacity to experience. And so we come to identify with thoughts and automatically dissociate ourselves from the oneness of reality altogether. That's when we become self-absorbed. That's when we make everything about us. And so the survival game begins. But here's the paradox. There's a certain depth of being one cannot hope to reach, let alone experience, without love. Love is the experience of transcendence. Love is inclusive. And beyond that, a very powerful and potent force of purification. Because once the seed of love begins to sprout, the roots can only grow deeper. Like any other seed, really. But the difference with love lies in its infinite nature. Hence, true selfless love is considered to be unconditional. It is the beginning of experiencing one's spirituality directly. At that point, life is seen as harmonious. There's no good, there's no bad, only a reality to be experienced unapologetically. So the point is to live as if there's a need to exist. Because if there was no need for your existence, then you simply wouldn't exist. And so I would like to say that own your experience. Make it a fruitful one. Make it fruitful for all life. As life. I mean, you being alive is a free gift, if I may word it that way. So you might as well give back all that you are. I would say learn to love, but that's not really necessary, because the essence of love is the nature of your being. And so it's not so necessary to love yourself like we often hear. You just have to be love. Because loving yourself would imply that you are identifying yourself with a conception of mind within your mind, which is not necessarily a bad thing, given that it's intentionally employed, because it is a capacity which has a specific function, namely to create. So when you form a self, you would intentionally do it to create a specific reality. Because in order to create something, you have to be someone, and that someone must complement the reality in terms of vibration. And so love, in that context of loving yourself, is basically fuel for the conception. So you love yourself, you're basically feeding the conception in order to drive creation. I mean, in order to be an athlete, you have to keep certain disciplines, make them non-negotiables, carry them out ruthlessly. And in that way, you will create a certain reality for yourself, which is the desired outcome. Not for you to identify with that outcome, because doing so would stifle any further evolution of your being. The point is to create. Once the creation is done, you return to self, because only self can sustain creation, because it created it in the first place. The love that you give to yourself is actually the love of self being poured into the conception which you formed within your mind for a specific outcome. And so it has to be intentional. But for most of us, it's happening unconsciously. We are completely oblivious to it. We love ourselves because ourselves is the only thing that we know. Because when you say yourself, you're basically implying that you own that self. Just as much as someone would say, oh, I love your t-shirt. The same applies to the conceptions of mind. Most people view themselves as the impressions which they've accumulated over their course of experience, as far back as they remember. Which only puts distance between self and the experience of self. Most people just experience their minds. Which is stifling how much of reality we can actually experience. And this does not imply you going somewhere. I mean, I could sit here and experience this very position in a variety of ways. In fact, in infinite ways. I could sit here and be happy. It's a choice. I can sit here and be miserable. It's a choice. I can sit here and overthink about past times and beat myself over them. Again, it's a choice. I can sit here and be empty and vacant and therefore peaceful in the present. Because the reality of self is presence, the presence which is always with you as you decide. But because you identify with mind, you are oblivious to this reality. Your decisions result from impulsive ways of being, which all tie back to your identification with mind. But of course, you don't have to take my word for it. I mean, who am I to say such things? It's not like I'm a billionaire or anything. Because that's what we value, right? We value currency. But we must realize that there's infinite forms of currency. And should we do this, we will come to naturally appreciate all of experience, because all of experience is whole. It's just a matter of expression which determines the difference, but the core remains the same throughout. Which ties back again to the whole conceptualizing of self. You have to treat, or rather, I would suggest that you begin to see, to perceive your role in existence for what it is in terms of your relation to reality. It's accommodating you as the individual experiencer, as the person having an individual experience. It's accommodating you. You can imagine, for the purpose of affecting reality. And keep in mind, things don't come to you the way you think, because the way you think is limited to the impressions which have been made upon your mind. Impressions which form your conditioning. And once you come to identify with conditioning, you cannot go beyond it. And the whole point of experience, in my opinion, is evolution. I'm not the same person that I was a minute ago. I can't be. Hence, I'm not saying the same things. And that's what it means to live for the moment, through living in the moment, and therefore being the moment, not what you think you should be. However, you can think within a context of creation. When something has to be created, that's when you can think, oh, perhaps I could do such and such. And then do that without any attachment to what should be. You receiving those thoughts, because you don't really create thoughts, you receive them. Thoughts are merely channels. Channels which you receive depending on the frequency which you've attuned yourself to, much like a radio station. A specific frequency for a specific radio station. Such is the the reality of experience in relation to reality, of course. I trust this helps. And if it did, if you found any value in this, I ask that you consider subscribing, because there's surely more to come. Way more. I don't know where it comes from, but I just feel the need to say that. And with that being said, my beautiful people, my beautiful friends, my beautiful brothers and sisters, I wish you a pleasant experience, a profound experience, because experience is profound. Experience is a miracle. You don't have to dissect it. You don't have to dissect it. You merely have to experience it to the best of your capability. That's how you get to reap all that you're meant to reap from it. But the point is not to reap. The point is to experience. But in doing so, you will reap. That's a promise. Not from me, but from reality, through me. I thank you for watching. Until next time. Love and light.